and welcome back to the archives. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newest data pack in the Mumbad Cycle, uh, Democracy and Dogma. And it's got a few interesting cards in it. I've kind of only skimmed them a little bit. I haven't really taken a good hard look at them, as usual. So we're going to just dive right in and get right into the fun of Democracy and Dogma and see what's going on. We're going to start with the criminals. So we'll pop up this card. Here we have the identity, criminal identity, Nero Severn. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Severn. He is an information broker. He's got a wonderful little look to him. He's got this stylish white suit and coat. He's got a holographic display kind of hovering over his hand. And he has a little monocle with a little chain tucked into his pocket. Um, that's kind of interesting. I like that monocle for a reason that you'll see in just a minute. So this one has a 1 link strength to start, 45 minimum deck size, 15 influence, fairly standard. The identity is a natural, so he's not a clone, he's not a Gmod, he's not a cyborg. He's all human. He has the special ability of once per turn you may jack out when you encounter a sentry. So, from what I read this, once per turn, basically you can force the corp to res a card, res ice, and if it's a sentry, you can jack out with no penalties. So you can force the corp to res ice if they've got sentries, and just be like, nope, nope, I'm going. He has the wonderful little flavor text down here. Credits spend anywhere in the world, plural, worlds, but there are other forms of currency. As an information broker, yeah, I can see that. That's rather fitting. I kind of like that particular little bit of flavor. So we're going to bamf off to the next card because here we have Reflection. It is the hardware console. And as you can see, there's like a tiny little book, it looks like, with a chain attached to the monocle that he was wearing. That's his console. That's interesting. I like that idea. Uh, it is a hardware console. Do, 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 do. 2 credits to install it, so not that expensive. Gives you a memory unit and a link strength. So just having this active gives you 2 link strength, which is nice. Uh, and it has the special ability whenever you jack out, the corp reveals 1 card from HQ at random. Now this plays in with his jack out ability of a sentry. So you can do that and force the corp to reveal something from his hand. You just tap a card, pick one, and he'll reveal it to you. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. As an information broker, that fits very thematically with his identity. Limit 1 console per player, of course. It has a 2 influence cost on this, and it has I'm on a need to know basis. I need to know everything. Nero Severn. I kind of like that. This is naturally a criminal card. Nice little console. Nice little console. I may have to play Nero Severn when I get him. Make a deck for him, maybe. Interesting, interesting. On to the next card. I believe this is also one of Nero Severn's particular little things because, as you can see here, the spy camera card. The image shows a guy in a white suit looking very much like Nero. Uh, he's got the handy glove, very much like the glove he was wearing, um, holding the reflection, and you see the holographic display above it. So Spy Camera is 0 credits to install. It is consumer grade hardware, so limit 6 per deck. All of the limit 6 per deck seem to be consumer grade hardware, which would be, stuff that is readily available. So you get the Spy Camera. You have that installed. You can spend a click to look at the top X cards of your stack and arrange them in any order. X is the number of copies of Spy Camera installed. You can trash Spy Camera to look at the top card of R&D. Limit 6 per deck. 1 influence cost on this card. So I can see how this would be useful. You get a few Spy Cameras installed. You can spend a click. You look at the top however many cards. Let's say you have 4. Look at the top 4 cards in your deck, in your stack, and you can arrange them in any order. So if you see something that's like farther down and you're like, no, I want that here on the top, you can do that, put them back together, and then use your next click to draw the card you want. That is a nice little way of doing it. But you can also trash Spy Camera to look at the top card of R&D. So it's not only benefiting you as a runner with a paid ability of a click, but it's also letting you look at the top card of R&D, which is nice. And if you get 6 in there, you can look at 6 cards in your deck with a single click and rearrange them. That can be handy. That can be very handy. And this is the little fly thing with the tiny little thing there that's like the spy camera, I guess. Kind of neat. And there's a QR code here. I'm wondering if you take a scanner, a QR code scanner, and scan that, if anything will happen. I don't know. Maybe, maybe. Now I'm tempted to try that. Hmm. Yeah, I think I will. Since I'm here, I'm going to give that a shot, see if I can't make it happen. We're gonna get up here and have a look at that. Have a look at that thingy. Where's my QR code scanner? Because I do have a QR code scanner. Let's have a peek here. No, I don't think it's gonna work. No, it does not gonna work. Oh well, it was worth a try. We gave it a shot. We gave it a shot. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the next card in the deck. The resource connection for Nero Severin. You can kind of see him there. He's a little bit dressed up in a bit of a different thing, but he's still got the little monocle on there. And we have Political Operative, a 1 credit resource to install. Install only if you made a successful run on HQ this turn. So you have to make a successful run on the corpse hand. You can trash it and pay the trash cost of a res card to trash that card. Now, all it says is res card, so you could use it to trash ice, you can use it to trash assets, upgrades, anything. All you have to do is make a successful run on HQ. You can install it and trash it. And it has the flavor text of leverage, secrets, access, and influence are currency as valuable as credits, but credits work too. And Nero here is looking rather, he's got the cat that ate the canary smile on, and the guy he's got the arm around is looking a little bit, well, he's not looking very happy at what's going on. Kind of interesting. I kind of like this card. I can see how it would be very handy in keeping the corporation on their toes. You can just trash shit for just a little bit of money in trashing this card. Yeah. Need a drink of water. I've been talking a lot today. Okay, on to the next card. Now we're into the Anarch card that we have here. Political Graffiti. 0 credits to play. It's an event run. And it's got a wonderful graffiti art style here for the image. Make a run on archives. If successful, instead of accessing cards, add political graffiti to an agenda in the corp's score area as a hosted condition counter with the text, "This agenda is worth -1 agenda point." Trash political graffiti if the corp purges virus counters. 3 influence anarch card. Now, this seems to me to be a bit of a stalling tactic, at least in my mind, because making an agenda worth -1 agenda points, but it's only if you make a successful run on archives can you add it, and it will be trashed if the corp purges virus counters. Now, purging virus counters takes 3 clicks for the corp, so you're basically forcing them to waste a turn just to get rid of it. So I can see how it can work, especially if you are only using the 1 click in your turn to get this installed, and you're forcing the corp to burn through 3 clicks to to purge virus counters. I can see how it would be helpful, but the circumstances of it being helpful are a little bit they'd be very specific, I would say. Not sure I'd use this card, but it could be useful if you want to make the corp waste time. All right, on to the next card. Here we have, was it? I can't even, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Say, Seijo, Seijojata? Uh, yeah, that is beyond me. But it's got the little diamond here beside it, so you can only have one active at any one time of this particular program. It is a 4 credit install, costs a memory unit, an Icebreaker AI Deva. This is kind of like the other Deva program that I mentioned from the other data pack. I forget which one it was in now. I think it was Fear the Masses. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But there was another Deva program. Uh, 1 credit, break ice subroutines on a piece of ice with 3 or more subtypes. Okay. Uh, 1 credit for +1 strength. It has a 2 strength to begin with. 2 credits to swap Sajojata with a Deva program from your grip. The Creator. 2 influence on this. So yes, the Deva programs seem to be very much set up to allow the player to hold them in their hands and swap them out just with credits. So once you get one of them installed, you don't have to pay that higher install cost because if you had if you had Sergio Jata here in your hand, I apologize if I know because I know I'm butchering that name, but if you have this one in your hand and had another one that actually costs less to install, you'd only have to pay 2 credits to basically install this because you're swapping programs. So it's kind of interesting. It allows you to basically keep your memory units um, not being used up by paying that credit to just swap cards back and forth. Yeah, yeah, I like that mechanic idea. I really do. And you got the wonderful picture of the world here being created and the goddess sort of in the background. Very neat for a shaper. I like it. All right, on to the next card. Now uh, we've got a few neutral runner cards here. This one is Freedom Through Equality. 3 credit event current. So this card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is scored. When you steal an agenda, add Freedom Through Equality to your score area as an agenda worth 1 agenda point. Nice. So yeah, this would be evil to have up as a current if you're running against a deck that has the was it government takeover? I believe it is the one that's worth like 6 agenda points. If you were playing against a deck that had that, and you stole that agenda, you just win the game if you had this up, because that would be 7 agenda points immediately. That's nice. That is nice indeed. Freedom through equality, and you see the various peoples all standing here, all in the same pose. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yes, because the way their arm is up here, it seems to be like it's covering the back of their neck, and the back of the neck is where the barcodes are for clones. Freedom through equality. They're basically saying by covering up the back of their necks, uh, clones and humans are no different. I I like that thematically. That is nice. That is very nice. This is zero influence cost as well, as a lot of neutral cards are. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely one that I might have to seed into a deck or two. On to the next. Here we have Akshara Serene. Uh, she's got the little diamond there, so you can only have one of her active. Resource connection, 0 credits to install. So it's just going to cost you the click to install her. Each player has 1 additional click to spend during his or her turn. Ah. So this gives the corp 4 clicks, but the runner 5. That could be handy. I don't like giving the corp stuff, but that could be handy. Our shared humanity is our greatest strength. And as we share more broadly, our strength grows, not dwindles. Very philosophical. You got the rather beautiful East Indian looking lady here with the traditional garbs and whatnot. And she's got some kind of holographic, I think, bracelet on her hands there. Very interesting. I do kind of like it. I do. It's a nice card. I would use this for sure. Okay, on to the next. Here we have Councilman. The Councilman. 0 credits to install, 0 influence cost, resource connection. Whenever the corp reses an asset or upgrade, you may pay credits equal to its res cost and trash Councilman. If you do, de-res that asset or upgrade. The corp cannot res it for the remainder of this turn. Bureaucracy and red tape have been weaponized. Fake. Okay. We've got FAKE-IR. Fake ear. There's I believe the word, if you take the E off of this, out of fake ear, and you just use it, FAKIR, I believe that is an it is a word. I don't know exactly what language it's in, but I know it's like possibly the East Indian languages, or maybe around Iran or Iraq or one of those Eastern European countries. But I know that the word fakir, FAKIR, is a type of vizier, a wise man, that sort of thing. So for someone to have like a handle of fake ear, that's kind of interesting. I like that. I like that. So you got this fellow here. You see the guy. He's got like a little glass that he's holding on to, and he's got an actual cybernetic hand as he's holding on to a pad that has like a phone and possibly a gold coin, maybe. Hard to tell. But I like this for what it does. The corp is like, I'm going to res this asset or upgrade, and you can do this in the middle of a run because it's whenever the corp reses an asset or upgrade. So if you're running on someone and they're like, they res Ash, you can be like, nope, I'm paying credits trashing him. You de-res that and you cannot res it. I steal your agenda. So that's kind of nice. I like it. I like this one a lot. Okay, on to the next card. Now we're into the Corp cards, and the Corp cards are going to be rather fun because we've got a Hospiroid, Voting Machine Initiative, 5 credit to advance, 3 agenda points. It is an initiative agenda. Place 3 agenda counters on voting machine initiative when you score it. When the runner's turn begins, you may spend 1 hosted agenda counter. If you do, the runner loses a click if able. Interesting. So if you score this, you can basically siphon off 3 clicks from the runner at any one time, which in the right circumstances can be very helpful to you. And you've got the nice little vote here. Oh, sorry. Nice little picture, I should say, of a guy with like a little holopad voting machine. It's like, please make your choice, sir. And like visiting door to door. That's kind of interesting. Actually, I think that's a bioroid too. Yeah, because along the side of the neck and the hand you can see is metallic, but the face is not, and the face is usually yeah that's a bioroid going around, which makes sense because this is a Haas bioroid card. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. I like this. On to the next card. Okay, here we have an asset, political. 1 credit to res this asset. Clone suffrage movement. When your turn begins, you may add 1 operation from archives to HQ if there is no ice protecting the server. Our research says the public views clones as more human than bioroids. Historically, this has been a liability. Let's make it a strength. It is 2 credits to trash this card for the runner, 2 influence cost. But I can see why this is here. Haas Bioroid is supporting the clone suffrage movement because the bioroids and the clones are both the android labor market. So if they can make the clone suffrage movement, if Haas Bioroid can make that become that clones are viewed as people, as humans, then that puts Jinteki, who's the manufacturer of clones, at a major disadvantage while boosting Haas Bioroid up. Oh yeah, yeah, I like it. I love the thematic elements in it. You've got I believe a clone here, or is the clone the one on top? I don't know. It might be a bioroid because of the silvery eyes that the guy has, holding a clone on top of his shoulders, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like it. All right. Now we're going to go on to the next card, which we have an NBN card. Sensi Actors Union. 0 credits to res. It is a political asset. 2 credits for the runner to trash. 2 influence cost. When your turn begins, you may draw 3 cards if there is no ice protecting the server. If you do, add 1 card from HQ to the bottom of R&D. Being a Mumbad Sensi star means a glamorous life, though it is lived in constant fear of blackmail, or worse, from org crime. Okay, blackmail or worse from organized crime. Org crime. Okay. And you get the wonderful Sensi star who looks kind of elfin. The face looks a little odd in the art here. You see the caduceus in the background there, and a guy in a suit. So I think those are Sensi actors, maybe? Or maybe the girl's a Sensi actor and the guy is from Org Crime, organized crime. Yeah. There's a few cards in this data pack that is like, if there is no ice protecting the server, you get to do this. But it has such a low trash cost, so you're basically putting it out there and hoping that the runner doesn't run against it. Interesting, interesting. All right, on to the next card. Here we have Jinteki cards. We have the Bioethics Association. 1 credit to res, 2 credits to trash. Asset political. When your turn begins, do 1 net damage if there is no ice protecting this server. Yeah, the runner would definitely go for trash that. Uh, there's no conflict of interest here. These are complex issues with highly technical minutia, yes, with highly technical minutia. It's only natural that the experts should lay down the guidelines. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. This is them basically the experts in cloning, the Genteki scientists going, yeah, this is we're the experts here, so we should lay down the guidelines. There's not a conflict of interest at all. No, no. Very Genteki. I like it. I like it a lot. I'd put this in a Genteki deck. Do net damage if there's no ice protecting the server. Basically, the beginning of your turn is like boom, instant net damage. Boom, instant net damage. The runner would run for it definitely. All right, on to the next card. Political dealings. 4 credits. It's a CD asset. 4 credit res. 3 credit trash. 4 influence. That's a hefty influence rating. Whenever you draw an agenda, you may reveal and install it. Politics is a dirty business, but so is business. Krish Krishman Serene. Okay. I've noticed a couple of people with the name Serene. Jasminder Serene, I believe. I believe she was the one in the particular, was it Fear the Masses? No. Must have been the other one I did. Yeah, Jasminder Serene. She's been here, and then there's the Krishman Serene and Akshara Serene here. Hmm. I wonder if they're relatives of her. Okay. Interesting. You see a guy in a suit handing another guy an envelope, probably with money. But yeah, whenever you draw an agenda, you may reveal and install it. So you don't have to, but when you draw it, you can be like, "This is an agenda. I'm installing it here. Come and get it." I don't know why you would want to, but there's probably good reason for it. Hmm, interesting card. Not sure I'd use it, but interesting. Oh no, here we have clones are not people. And Operation Current. 3 credits to install or to play it. 3 influence cost. This card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is stolen. When you score an agenda, add clones are not people to your score area as an agenda worth 1 point. This is Jinteki, of course, being like, nope, clones are clones. They're not actually people. You can't treat them as such. Nice. I'd use that. I'd totally use that. Okay, now we're going to the next card. Here we have a Wayland card. All the last cards in this deck are Wayland. Uh, Commercial Bankers Group. It's a political asset. 1 credit to res, 2 to trash, 2 influence cost. When your turn begins, gain 3 credits if there is no ice protecting the server. Money is speech and I am listening intently. Krishman Serene. Huh. Interesting. Just gaining 3 credits for having no ice. That could be handy. With only a 1 ice res cost, if you do that at the beginning, before your turn begins, at the end of the runner's turn, when they're doing their last actions, um, you could res that for 1 credit. You'd get that credit back plus 2 more. So it'd be paying 1 credit to get 2, basically. Yeah, paying 1 credit, paying nothing to get 2, because you'd be paying 1 to get 3. Yeah, yeah, that's worth it. And then as long as it's left there, you're in money. So yeah, it's not bad. I'd use that. And you get the artwork. You get a bunch of different men and women arguing, looking at a hologram of I guess stock portfolios or something. Yeah, cool. All right, on to the next. We have Mumbad City Hall. 1 credit to res, 3 to trash, 1 influence cost. It is an asset facility government. Spend a click, search R&D for an alliance card, reveal it. And play or install it, paying all costs, shuffle R&D. So for 1 click, you can find any alliance card in your deck, reveal it, and play it or install it, paying the cost, and you have to shuffle R&D. Not bad. Not bad. I like it. For the single click, you get to not only draw a card, but play it when it would normally take 2 clicks. Makes things more efficient for you. Yeah, I like it. Mumbad's public city corporation is tightly connected to all the other corporations. Yeah, that makes sense. That's Wayland for you. All right, here we have a piece of ice. A Wayland piece of ice. It is a barrier. 0 strength, 2 credits to res. Whenever the runner breaks a subroutine on bailiff, gain a credit. End the run. Efficiency means profiting from things everyone was doing anyway. Yep. 2 influence costs on this card. Not a very strong barrier. No. Um, so it's not going to cost the runner a lot to break the subroutine on it. But anytime they break a subroutine on bailiff, you just gain a credit. I can see myself throwing that in a Wayland deck for sure. Yeah, I like this one because there are some other cards and some other ices that you can use that add subroutines to this card. So if you have things adding subroutines to this card, it still works because they're added to this card for that run. Whenever the runner breaks a subroutine on bailiff, gain a credit. They break. You get 3 on here. They break all 3. You get 3 credits. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, and we come to the last card in Democracy and Dogma. The Surat City Grid. 2 credits to res, 3 to trash, 2 install cost. It is an upgrade region. Uh, Whenever you res a card in or protecting this server, not including Surat City Grid, you may res another card, lowering the res cost by 2. Nice. So you can't use this one, but any other card you res, you can just res another card. Wait, let me read that again. Whenever you res a card in or protecting this server, not including Surat City Grid, you may res another card, lowering the res cost by 2. Now, I wonder about this. Does that mean you can res another card in or protecting the server? Or does that mean when you res a card in or protecting the server, you can res another card anywhere else, lowering the res cost by 2? I'm not sure how that goes. Just from the way I'm reading it here, I think it's that whenever you res a card in or protecting this server, not including Surat City Grid, you can res another card anywhere else, lowering that res cost by 2. So you can do it in or protecting that server, you can do it in another server, you can just res them, lowering the res cost. So yeah, I think I I think that's the way it should be. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm no expert on the rules. The political center of Mumbad is Surat City Grid. And you see all the wonderful tall buildings and stuff. Very nice. I like it. I would use this. I would use this in anything. So, that's everything for Democracy and Dogma. The next data pack that is out currently for the Mumbad Cycle. Uh, Looking forward to the next 2. I still need to get around to pick up the ones I don't have. So that's going to be hopefully sometime soon. I hope you all have enjoyed watching. and seeing me ramble on about Android Netrunner cards. I could talk about them all day. So we're going to leave this episode here. As always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I put new videos out. Usually something in a week. I try and get out at least one video in a week, if not more. And throw a comment in the comment section. I'd love to get some discussion going on about Netrunner, about the Mumbad Cycle, about anything Netrunner involved. Please, I could talk for hours about it. So I'd love to get some discussion going, especially about Surat City Grid. Do you think I'm reading it right? That you can res cards in another server, or does it have to be in that one? I'd like to hear other people's thoughts on this. So please do all that. And until next time, my friends, until next time, keep running.